Hello, Mona Lisa. We'll get right back with you in a minute. But first, I want to tell you about another new feature for text in InDesign CS6. It's called the primary text frame. And you'll see it, first of all, if you go to File, New, and create a new document. Notice that instead of saying master frame, it says primary text frame. It's a special kind of master page text frame with two big new features. But before we get into showing you the features, I want to mention that if you change the intent to web or digital publishing, it's turned on by default because a primary text frame is very flexible. And usually when you're creating digital publishing, tablet apps or web apps, you are often creating multiple versions of that layout for different screen sizes and dimensions. So the primary text frame lends itself to that. But I'm going to go back and show you that it's just as useful for print. Interestingly, this might be a bug that it stays turned on when I go back to print. But whatever, if you're following along, choose Print, turn on Primary Text Frame, and click OK. So I'm going to open up the Pages panel, and nothing looks any different except, watch this. I'm going to select the Type tool, and look at this miracle of miracles. I'm typing right into the page without having to override the text frame. That is one of the features of a primary text frame, is that you don't need to override it. When you highlight it on the document page, you can see it's already overridden, if you want to call it that, and it has a special icon identifying it as the primary text frame. So if I hold my cursor over the icon, the tooltip tells me that the story is from the master's primary text flow. If I create a couple more pages, you can see I can just click, and there is the primary text flow. Let's take a look at it on the master page. We'll switch over there. And there we see the same icon. Now, if we change the size or the dimensions of the primary text frame, and then we go to the document page, it automatically updates. Because we didn't need to override anything, we don't have to worry about a second text frame being in back of here. Whatever is happening on our document pages is not getting updated by the changes we're making to the masters, which was a big stumbling block with the old-fashioned kind of master page text frames. I guess I shouldn't say old-fashioned because you can still create normal, I guess you'd call them, standard, traditional master page text frames. Let's go back here. I'm going to just drag out a text frame. And I can even thread it to a text frame on the right so that we have something that will auto-flow in the normal way. But notice the icon here. So this icon is just a regular master page text frame. This icon with the arrow coming out of it indicates that it is a primary text frame. You can only have one primary text flow per master page. If I wanted this one to be the primary, if I clicked here, all you need to do is click on the icon and that changes it, then this one would become a regular master page text frame. In other words, it would have to be overridden in the document page. Another way to convert a master page text frame into a primary text frame to hold the primary text flow is to simply right-click anywhere on the frame on the master page and choose primary text frame. Once you choose primary text frame, then the other ones become normal master page frames. One more thing is that you can't have a primary text frame that has any text in it. If you start typing in here, it's going to turn it into a regular master page text frame. All right, so I think we have some of the basics of a primary text frame. Now, what good is it really other than not having to Control or Command-Shift-Click to override on the document page? Well, let's go back to Mona Lisa and let me show you. I have two examples of the same book, a very short book, just about 15 pages long, and the only difference between these two books are in the types of text frames on their master page. The A master has normal primary text flow on its A master, as you can see from these little arrows here. But on the B master, which is supposed to be for chapter openers of this book, they are regular, old-fashioned kind of master page text frames. They don't have the little arrow coming out. They're not primary text frames. And then on the art history one, the normal one, the master is the same. They are primary text frames. But the B master, the chapter opener, is also a primary text frame. All right, let's take a look. Here we have our art history non-primary book, and I go to a chapter opener, like here. I want to apply the chapter opener master page. So I'm just going to drag the chapter opener master and drop it right on top of the page. And this is what happens in the real world before CS6, before primary text frames, is that now we have a text frame here from when we first created it, And then if I squeeze it over a little bit and I hold down Control and Shift or Command and Shift and click, let's move this over here, there's another text frame underneath it right here. So the one underneath is from my non-primary text frame, from the regular master page text frame. And it is not replacing this at all. Instead, if you just use primary text frames to hold your primary text flow, you can't go wrong. So here we are at the art history file, and I'm going to go to the chapter opener. And this time I'll drag the chapter opener that uses the primary text flow and drop it right on top. Wasn't that simple? Nice and easy. I could have multiple masters. As long as they use a primary text frame, then when I apply them to existing document pages, whatever was in the primary text frame from that master flows into the new primary text frame of the new master, which can save people a lot of time.